A lot of time people might think it's only me, but you share an experience. I'm Sean. I'm a prostate cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2019. Let's talk about sex. Can people with cancer have sex? The short answer to that is yes. Sex takes many forms. Even if we can't do penetrative sex, there are lots of other things that can be done. It just needs imagination and feelings and emotions. What is cancer treatment like? For me, cancer treatment meant that I had to have the prostate removed. Because of the time that it was caught, it was just a matter of removing the prostate. I didn't have to have any chemotherapy or any further treatment. The most difficult part of that surgery was having a catheter for the next week. With the surgery, they had a nerve sparing technique, which meant that they would leave some nerves that would help with getting erect after the surgery. How does cancer affect sex? I can wholeheartedly say that the cancer hasn't diminished the pleasure. Masturbation is just as good. After I had the surgery, there was no life down there. I'd stopped waking up with morning erections. When the cancer team said to me, "How is it going, Sean?" I said, "Nothing is happening." They then said to me, "Okay, you could try Viagra." That was probably about 4 months into the surgery. That's when I kind of thought, oh boy, is this what I'm gonna have to live with? I didn't even think to ask, hey, this is not working, what else can we do? As time went by, there was some occasional morning erections. Maybe after a year, I felt I was kind of back to where I was before the surgery. My wife was very supportive. She didn't make me feel small with any limitations we had. She was more worried about me. Everybody's journey is going to be different. But fortunately for me, I had a good journey and I'm happy. What are some side effects from prostatectomy? Prostatectomy is the surgery for having the prostate removed. As far as I know, the biggest side effects are erectile dysfunction and incontinence. One of the other side effects is you don't ejaculate sperm anymore. It still can have an orgasm, but it would be what's called a dry orgasm. I was informed that my sexual function would be reduced. One of the other issue with prostate cancer is incontinence. I've heard incontinence can be variable. It can be a dribble. For example, if you cough, you may pee, or it can be constantly running. I have to go to the toilet probably every 2 or 3 hours. You become discouraged to drink water because you think the more water I drink, the more times I'm gonna have to pee, and it gets annoying. I would come home and I would have a laugh with my wife because you have the urge to pee and you're managing to hold it. You get to the door. The action of putting the key in the door is like turning a tap when you want to pee, and the pee just comes right down. I think I've probably gotten the attitude where, like people would say, if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry. What support can I get for erectile dysfunction? There is, I think, a significant amount of support, and I think there is about 5 different tablets like Viagra, which is available to try. I've heard there's an injection, and that helps as well. There is also a penis implant. Since I've had my cancer, they introduced me to the penis pump. At first I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to do this all the time. But I kind of gotten to the stage where I feel the penis pump is my best friend. I think it helps with the penis in conjunction with pelvic floor exercises. Where do I get support with cancer? I get support from family, my wife especially. My mom is a nurse, so she's very supportive. I get support from places like Macmillan with information, my cancer group, From Me to You. It was nice to be able to talk to other people with cancer. What was good was knowing that it wasn't only me who might have been experiencing these problems. And eventually I was asked, would I like to start a male group. We speak about all the things that affect us with the cancer, and sex is a part of it. We talk about everything. We would even talk about men should make use of like the penis pump. We talk about Viagra. Especially with my group, I try to be very open and frank. Let's have another question. Can cancer cause a lack of sex drive? That wasn't the case with me, but when I speak to other fellas, they had hormone treatment, and that sometimes affect their sex drive, and that sometimes cause hot flushes in men. Do people with cancer enjoy sex? I can speak for myself, yes. I can imagine many people have different experiences. In my group, some do, some don't talk about it. Next question, how does cancer affect mental health? There's a good chance that cancer will affect your mental health. It can cause stress. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. Nearing the time for the surgery, I found that I was having difficulty walking. The doctor told me, go home and relax and take it easy. Looking back, I don't think I did that. I was probably still stressing. It played a lot on my mind. I ended up going back to A&E, and they decided to do a CT scan. And on the stroke unit, they was saying to me, it's not a stroke, it's multiple sclerosis. I thought, wow. And I was informed afterwards that multiple sclerosis doesn't like stress. I find if I get stressed, I get weak, difficulty walking. So I just try to keep myself as stress-free as possible. How do I talk about cancer? I try to be as frank and open about it. The main thing that a lot of men seem to know is that my sex life gonna be over after prostate cancer. I think that's so much a worry that some men refuse to do anything about it. I was only diagnosed at 50. I feel I have life after prostate cancer. I think it's very important to have these kind of conversations. It's part of sharing experiences. A lot of time people might think it's only me, but you share an experience. You might have done something that helped. Share the knowledge, because that technique may help someone else. Everyone's journey is different, so each person gonna have different questions. I found for myself personally that the cancer groups that I attended were very helpful. I was able to talk to people, I was able to learn more about cancer, and I was able to learn from people's experiences. I know not everybody has the same journey, because people get affected by the cancer in different ways, but I was fortunate for the result that I had when I had the prostate cancer, and I give thanks for that. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section.